welcome to Headlines Now with me, Deepthi. Before we move into all the stories in detail, a quick look at the top headlines. It's a partial relief for citizens as government announces rollback of petrol hike by 2 rupees. Global uncertainty pushes gold to a record high, goes beyond the 30,000 mark for the first time. The Andhra Pradesh High Court orders 5-day CBI custody for Jagan Mohan Reddy after it rejects the quash petition to declare Jagan's arrest illegal. A sitting BJP MLA in Karnataka sentenced to 3.5 years imprisonment in a bribery case. The Indian Medical Association hits out at actor Aamir Khan demanding an apology for insulting the profession on his show. And Captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni vouches to serve the army in his second innings after retiring from cricket. News in detail. State-run oil refiners have agreed to a partial rollback of last month's petrol price increase, an oil company source said today. Responding to a public outcry over the steepest rise in the country's history, with effect from tomorrow, retail prices will be cut by Rs 2 a litre. Oil firms will reduce petrol price by Rs 1.68 per litre excluding taxes.
வரவேற்கக்கூடிய விஷயம் சார். இது வரவேற்கக்கூடிய விஷயத்தை நம்ம வரவேற்று ஆகணும். 2 ரூபா குறைந்தது எல்லாருக்கும் மகிழ்ச்சியான விஷயம் தான்.
இந்த 7 ரூபா 53 பைசா பெட்ரோல் மத்திய அரசு உயர்த்திருக்காங்க. இது வந்து 2 ரூபா குறைக்கிறதே வாக்குமூலம் சொல்லியிருக்கிறாங்க. இது ஒரு 4 ரூபா விதமாக குறைச்சாக்க எங்களை மாதிரி ஆட்டோ தொழிலாளர்களுக்கு மிக மகிழ்ச்சியாக இருக்கும். ஏன்னா ஏறுற கஸ்டமருக்கும் எங்களுக்கு ஒரு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் இருக்கும். இன்றைக்கு பெட்ரோல் விலை உயர்த்தப்படுறதுனால ஆட்டோ பப்ளிக்கிட்ட வந்து நாங்கள் அதிகமாக காசு கேட்க வேண்டிய சூழ்நிலை ஏற்படுது.
Today the government has decided, the oil companies have decided to reduce the petrol prices by Rs 168. The actual increase in price of petrol remains more than 6 rupees. The actual quantum of rise in petrol is 6 rupees. This is not what the BJP had asked. This is not what the people of this country had asked. We shall not accept anything less than a complete rollback, or the government will have to face the consequences of their action. We will again repeat, while the prices of petrol, imported crude of petrol, has stabilized in the world market, here is the government which is trying to mislead, trying to take credit of an action, an unworthy action, by trying to cheat the people by reducing the price by a rupee and 68 paise.
Global uncertainty has pushed the prices of gold to a record high. Gold breached Rs 30,000 mark for the first time today on heavy buying by stockists and retailers amid strong overseas trend. Gold shot up by a hefty Rs 960 to touch a record high of Rs 30,300 per 10 grams, in line with global rally where it jumped the most in 10 months. Moving on. It's the windmills which have come to the rescue of the people in Tamil Nadu. The contribution of windmills to ease the power crisis in Tamil Nadu has gone up, and how? Last week, the contribution by the windmills was around 1,500 to 2,000 megawatts. Currently, there is good wind speed from the southern districts like Nellai, Kanyakumari and Nagarkoil, and hence the produce of wind energy has gone up to 3,200 megawatts. If contributions from the windmills continue at this rate, it is further expected to reduce the power cuts ailing Tamil Nadu. Former Minister I. Periasami's house was quite a sight as the police attempted to arrest him in Dindigul and the DMK members intervened. This created quite a ruckus in that area. DMK Secretary Muralidharan of Attur constituency was arrested on charges of running a quarry illegally and was arrested yesterday. Following a statement given by him, a team of 50 police officers headed by DSP Surali Rajan went to arrest I. Periasamy at his house. While he wasn't home at that time, DMK members who were there started raising slogans against the policemen, forcing them to retreat.
எந்த விதமான ஆதாரம் இல்லாமல் உள்ளே நுழைந்தது இதை மிக கண்டிக்கத்தக்க விஷயமாகும். இது அத்துமீறிய செயலாகும். இதை கண்டிக்கின்ற வகையிலே நாங்கள் நீதிமன்றத்தின் மூலமாகவோ சட்ட ரீதியான நடவடிக்கையில் எங்களுடைய வழக்கறிஞர்கள் கழகத்துடைய வழக்கறிஞர்களை கொண்டு அதை மேல் நடவடிக்கை கலந்து ஆலோசித்து மேல் நடவடிக்கை எடுப்போம் என்று இந்த நேரத்திலே நாங்கள் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கின்றோம்.
Yet another setback to YSR Congress Party Chief Jagan Mohan Reddy in disproportionate assets case. The Andhra Pradesh High Court sent him to the CBI custody for 5 days. The court also dismissed Mr. Reddy's quash petition seeking orders to declare his arrest illegal. Though the CBI sought Mr. Reddy's custody for 10 days, the court sent him to the probe agency's custody for 5 days from June 3rd. The CBI, while seeking Jagan's custody, had complained that he did not part with information during the questioning for 3 days before his arrest.
The High Court bench, Honorable Justice B. Chandrakumar, has given a decision with regard to these 12 petitions which are pending before him. 10 petitions were argued yesterday, and on 29th May, there is 2 petitions are reserved for judgment. All these 12 petitions, he has given common order and common judgment. Almost all is supporting the version of the CBI, and he has given the accused number 1, Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy, to the CBI custody for investigation and interrogation for about 5 days. That is commencing from tomorrow onwards to the 6th of this month. So likewise, every day morning 10:30 to evening 5 o'clock is going to be interrogated.
In the first ever conviction of a legislator in Karnataka under the Prevention of Corruption Act, a ruling BJP MLA was today sentenced to 3.5 years rigorous imprisonment in a bribery case by the Lokayukta Special Court. Judge N.K. Sudhindra Rao also imposed a fine of ₹40,000 on Y. Sampangi, failing which he has to undergo imprisonment for another 6 months. The judge directed the Lokayukta Deputy Superintendent of Police to issue arrest warrant on Sampangi and take him into custody. Sampangi, who represents Kolar Goldfields Assembly constituency, was trapped by Lokayukta Police on January 29, 2009, while accepting ₹50,000 and a cheque of ₹4.5 lakh from a person to settle a civil dispute. Moving on, Bharat Singh, an independent MLA, was shot at by 4 unidentified gunmen in the Najafatgarh area of Delhi today. He is said to be in critical condition. According to reports, the MLA was shot at in his office around 8 in this morning. The MLA received 4 bullet injuries and was immediately rushed to the Chanan Devi Hospital in Janakpuri. His uncle was also injured in the attack. The Chief Minister of Delhi, Sheila Dikshit, has termed this incident as unfortunate.
श्री भरत सिंह को अज्ञात हमलावरों ने गोली मारी है। इसमें हमारी क्राइम ब्रांच की टीम, स्पेशल सेल की टीम, हमने सभी को लगाया हुआ है और उम्मीद है शाम तक इनके बारे में, सस्पेक्ट के बारे में आइडेंटिफिकेशन हो जाएगा। हमारे सारे जितने अच्छे इन्वेस्टिगेटर इस केस में लगे हुए हैं और पूरी कोशिश है हम इनको जल्दी पकड़ लेंगे। इसके अलावा कुछ मुद्दे 1-2 MLAs की सिक्योरिटी के बारे में थी, वो हमने उनको सिक्योरिटी दे दी है। जो भी कुछ MLA को ऐसा डर था, किसी तरह की थ्रेट कॉल्स आ रही है, उनको पूरी अच्छी सुरक्षा का प्रबंध कर दिया गया है। हमने CM महोदया को ये भी कहा, अगर किसी को जरा भी अपने सुरक्षा के मामले में किसी तरह का भी ऐसा अनुभव होता है तो दिल्ली पुलिस उनको किसी तरह की सुरक्षा।
बहुत ही क्या शब्द मैं इस्तेमाल करूँ, बहुत दुखदायक घटना रही और बड़ी घबराहट भी होती है इसको देख के कि कल ही हमारी असेंबली में कुछ MLAs ने उठाया था कि कुछ उनको थ्रेटिंग कॉल्स वगैरह मिल रही हैं। तो और आज ये वाक़यात हो गया भरत सिंह जी के साथ। एहतियात ज़्यादा बदलना हमें रखना पड़ेगा और मुझे उम्मीद है कि इससे थोड़ी बहुत है लोगों में फैलेगा कि ये मारकाट नहीं होनी चाहिए और इन लोगों को सबको इन्होंने वो दे दिए हैं गार्ड्स और PSOs जो भी होगा।
Political leaders from various parties call for the resignation of Home Minister P. Chidambaram as they slam him for deteriorating law and order condition in the wake of an attack on an independent legislator Bharat Singh, who was shot by the unknown assailants outside his party office in Delhi. Najafgarh's independent legislator Bharat Singh was shot by 4 to 5 unidentified men outside his party office. Senior leader of BJP Vijay Kumar Malhotra said that the federal interior minister must quit as he had failed to ensure that law and order is maintained in the country's capital.
In the daylight, if an MLA can be shot, that's very, very serious situation is in Delhi. Delhi has become a capital of murderers, and rather it's a crime capital now. We have raised this question many a times. The Home Minister directly controls Delhi, law and order situation. And if he can't control it, he must quit, he should go. We have raised this question hundreds of times. I have made so many statements saying this. Yes, in the assembly also. But it's not a question of only MLAs. It's a question of the entire people of Delhi. There is about 2 crores, I'm saying 20 million people living in Delhi. And 95% women is afraid of going out at night, not only at night, even the daytime.
न सिर्फ गृह मंत्री को बल्कि केंद्र की यूपीए की सरकार को इन परिस्थितियों में त्यागपत्र देकर के नए सिरे से लोकसभा के चुनाव कराने चाहिए, क्योंकि इनके बस की बात अब प्रशासन चलाना नहीं है। इसलिए इस बड़ी महंगाई, बेकारी, बेरोजगारी और लाकानूनी का एकमात्र हल यही है कि त्यागपत्र देकर के नए सिरे से इस देश के मतदाता को अवसर प्रदान करें, ताकि अच्छे लोग चुन करके आएं और देश का भविष्य उज्जवल बन सके।
We'll slip into a short break now. More news and updates on the other side. Stay with us.
புதிய KP நம்பூதிரி டர்மரிக் ஃபேர்னஸ் கிரீம் மஞ்சள் உங்கள் சருமத்திற்கு இயற்கையான பொலிவை வழங்க